hello folks, welcome to episode 1 of our 12th season here at RFC Liege. I am the Custard Prophet, and finally the board have decided to take the shackles off our wage budget. That's right, we actually have a wage budget which allows us to purchase players rather than picking up the dregs, so that's exciting, but nothing's really changed in terms of our financial situation, so it still means we have to be very, very careful. But it does mean we are able to renew contracts, and what we can do also is to ensure that we kind of refresh the squad as we go. We don't want this to get stale. So let's have a look. We've played 4 games already in the season. You can see we're sitting 8th, which is pretty good, and we have made some transfers and we have let some players go. So let's go through the ins and the outs. So you can see here it's been a fairly busy transfer window, certainly in terms of the outs. Let's have a little look through these players. So Diego Sol was a Belgian centre-back or right or left-back. I didn't see a huge amount in him. He could have got, I guess, with a reasonable tackling, sort of more defensive-minded left back, but I don't think he would have made it into the team, so I wasn't too disappointed about losing him. Johan Herbert, I was disappointed about losing. He's only 64 on the scout summary, but I think he's a lot better than that. You look at these crossing and dribbling attributes, very, very fast. All that together is really good, and he played a couple of games last season, got himself a goal, and he had a good rating. I didn't want him to go, but he wanted to, so we didn't have a choice. He's gone to Genk. He's not going to get games for them, but we'll watch his progress and see how he does. Baha has left for Sarang. He's right side. He's pretty fast, as many of our players are, but again, he doesn't look really much. Technical attributes pretty poor throughout. Mental attributes also very, very weak, so not too disappointed with that. He's off the wage bill, and then you can see we have let some of those players who were kind of on the edge of the team go. Enzo Dovlo, really happy to get him out of the off the wage bill. I don't think he's a bad player. He just has no pace whatsoever, no natural fitness. It's just he's quite technically quite sound for the position he needs to be in, but he was very, very immobile, and I didn't really like that. He's gone to Westerlo, and I think he will probably do a reasonable job in the division below. So good luck to him. He scored some important goals, and he came in at an important time and filled a hole when he needed to. El Massasoy, he has gone, and this kind of highlights how far below the level we are. He's gone into the team of Beerschot, who got relegated last season. £400,000. I got rid of him primarily because he didn't really want to be here. £400,000 is a decent amount of money, so we get that, and we'll get him off the wage bill, and we've got players who can play in that position, so hopefully we won't notice that, and his negative influences on the team will be lost as well. Lucas Charmel, the goalkeeper, he has gone on loan to Stade Livois, his second loan signing. We'll get rid of him on a free once his contract has ended, because we've got good goalkeepers, and I don't think we need Charmel, but his entire wages are being paid for. We're getting a little bit extra in terms of money, so that's pretty good. And Slimani, who has gone to Mouscron for a bit of money, I think this is a good sale for us. Brought him in again because he was on like £300 a week. It's all we could afford. We couldn't get anyone else in. Last season played 19 games, 2 goals, 3 assists, so you can't moan at that for a player who we're barely paying any money. He filled a hole when we needed it, but we've got other players now who can fill that hole. Let's just have a little look at the released players as well, because there are a couple of released players here. Le Batinier, the left back, terrible player. Dimatopoulos, the Greek lad, he looked like he was a fast player, fast winger, but his technical attributes were very, very poor. He got a few games throughout the years, 43 games with just 3 goals, 1 assist. It's not really good enough. He got some opportunities, but never really made the most of it, did he? I think he had one good game where he scored a couple of goals, and that was it. That was all we saw from him, really. So they have gone. So let's have a little look at the players in. And to see the first one, we have to go back to last season, because we signed him right at the end of last season. Yes, Alice Untermack is back. I was going to troll the haters of Ignacio and saying that he might be back, but no, it's Untermack who's here. He's not really rated by our staff, but he can do a job, and he's pretty fast. And we needed someone to give some backup to Van Hoek. We just didn't have that, so I was really pleased to get him in. I feel we're paying a little bit too much money for him on his wages, but yeah, I think he's a good player, and you can see in the first couple of games he has scored a goal, average rating of 6.70, and he is giving us a different sort of threat up front, which is good. And so to have those two options is great, or was great, but he has just broken his leg, so he's going to be out for 4 to 6 months, which is a little disappointing. Transfer window has gone and closed, so we can't do anything. Maybe we could bring in a free transfer, but we can't do anything else. And in terms of the other players who have come in, a couple of players, Georgios Stathis, I think he's a Greek centre-back, rated pretty highly, £700,000 he's valued at, but mentally very, very strong at the back. Really good decision making and bravery, which is something I like in my centre-backs. He's not the tallest in the world, but he's got good marking, heading and tackling attributes, and very good jumping reach considering he's not all that tall, but he's pretty pacey, so that's kind of exciting to have a pacey centre-back. And the other player who's come in is a bit of backup for the deep line playmaker role that Saidi is going to be playing in. I had an absolute corker of a signing from Tahiti. I had him lined up to come in. I thought he would develop brilliantly well. Didn't work out, unfortunately, just did not work out. So here you go. This is De Vries, who is strong mentally, brave, reasonable tackling, passing is good with, vision could be better, but I think as a player who's going to be, playing as a more destructive player, we want someone who can make a challenge, and I think this guy will be able to do that. He's brave, he's going to get in there and get himself, and he's aggressive, so he's going to be getting in, creating opportunities to win the ball, and I hope he'll do all right. He hasn't started particularly well. He's had a few games, 6.50, but I think it's good. I think we've got a couple of reasonable players in there. I'm really annoyed that we've lost Untermack, but it has meant we've just refreshed things a little bit, which is important. So how has the start to the season gone? Pretty well. There's some disappointments and some real positives. The disappointments with a couple of losses. This one against OHL, they took an early lead, and we just couldn't finish, which was disappointing. We had a few chances, not that many, but it was just too early, that goal, and we just didn't react well enough to it. So I was frustrated with that. Then we played Oostende at home. We got the early goal this time. Cisse from the corner. One of the things I realised I'd done is I'd swapped Cisse to play on the right side because the Greek lad plays on the left side, and what that meant is that Cisse was no longer the player who would be at the front post in the corners for the corners, so our big threat had vanished. But he scored from a corner here, and then he scored from a corner in the very next game. This was a real cracking game against Vaslin Beveren. 4-0 win. Nana with a couple, Cisse, and Untemak with a late goal. Beautiful pass from Fadiga. And Untemak ran through and scored the goal, which was fantastic. And then we've just played Charleroi. This was disappointing. Goalkeeper error from Gofan. It was a kind of error. He kind of went in to challenge for the ball. He got it, but it just kind of moved forward about an inch, and so the player didn't fall over. The goalkeeper was on the floor, and he just kind of took a step and then played it in the back of the net. So he could have been a little bit more forceful perhaps with that. So that was disappointing. And then we had a bunch of chances, including a through ball to Untemak, and he missed his one-on-one chance. So yeah, that was frustrating. So today we're going to be playing Oostende, and yeah, we'll see how we do there. They are currently 16th. We're predicted, as always, I don't even need to show you this, we're predicted to finish bottom of the league because we're not able to improve the squad significantly. If you look at some of the transfers that are going out, even some of these mid-range clubs, OHL had a player sold for around £16 million. Now we're not going to get that. I mean, we have had that, let's not forget Diogo, but it's a rarity. But this is a regular thing for the clubs in this league. So we are way below the level of these guys financially, way below in terms of what we can pay, in terms of our reputation and who we can get in, wages that we can afford. So we are working on a shoestring, unfortunately, doing pretty well, but still working on a shoestring. So what does that do to the league? We are 8th. We were up to 3rd at one point before the Charleroi game, but yeah, unfortunately, with a positive goal difference, 2 wins, 2 losses, 6 points. Union and Vaslin Beveren started pretty poorly. Oostende only with 2 points so far. Let's have a look who they've got points against. Home against Standards, that's a pretty good thing. They've got points out of both of their home games, lost both of their away games pretty disastrously, but they've been tough games, so it's hard to know what to make of that side at the minute. They might be better than they look. Right then, let's have a look at the team that will be going out. So here we go. We are going to be playing Van Herk up top. The difference here, and something I didn't really appreciate, we've been playing Van Herk as a target man because his strength is he's so strong. But actually, why not try and play him as an advanced forward? Because he's got pace. He's got enough pace to get past a lot of centre backs. So let's give it a go. I don't think he's too far behind Untemak in terms of that ability. So we'll see what happens there. See if he can maybe get a few more chances and score a few more goals as an advanced forward. But across the attacking midfield, it's Masech, Van Dam and Nana. In midfield, it's Jacquot alongside Saidi, who is the guy I want to take that role there, another youngster from our youth team. And then the back line is Koida, Cisse, Georgia Stathis and Mayanga, with Gofan in goal. Strong side. I think 7 of these players have come through our youth system, which is pretty damn good. We've also got, I think, 5 youth players on the bench as well. So I think it's a lot to be pleased about what we've achieved in terms of youth. Player to note on the bench, Darren Whittaker is a Belgian. Apparently, he doesn't sound that Belgian, but he is a very, very fast striker. Finishing is poor, but he can zoom past everyone and create chances. So hopefully he's going to get on, and we'll see how he does. We're going to be playing him as a backup for Van Herk this season and see how he does. He was in my mind last season, but maybe didn't quite make the grade. But this time we'll see. Right then, are we ready? Let's get into it. Let's do it. Right then, here we go against Oostende. Chance to pop up the table. It's going to be tough. Mayanga. beats his man. It's in. It's Van Herk with the goal. Well, that's a rarity. Playing as an advanced forward, he gets himself on the score sheet. Very nicely done, Mr. Van Herk. We'll just have another little look at that. Mayenga did well into Nana, back to him, a lot of space. He didn't panic, and they just did not pick him up at all, did they? Great start, boys. Great start. Brilliant. Right then, let's do this thing. Right, I'll encourage them. I've been told encouraging works really well in this version of the game. But here's Faze. Tessier into Bodin. It's our Bodin. That is our ex-Bodin. Guisson. Oh, it's just gone wide. Yeah, apologies. This is a little bit laggy. My computer is telling me it needs a little bit of a break. Hopefully it doesn't ruin the game too much for you. But that was a chance for Oostende there to have got back on level terms. Let's go back to cautious now. No need to come out and try and go crazy. Looks like we've got a chance here. Is it Van Herk going to take this? No, it's Nana. Is he going to go for it? Oh, no one got there. No one got there. But good free kick. Got it on target. That's the important thing. So good shot there from Nana. The ball is smashed up the pitch. It's Bodin. He's been. It's been a while since he's been with us. Patient. I don't know. Come on, can we? Oh, he's well done. Goalkeeper did great there. Very, very good goalkeeping. I mean, it probably deserves to be 1-1, I would suggest, but it isn't. We have got the lead. XG is 50-50. Here's Van Herk. Nana into Van Dam. Into Nana is Jacquot, and it's 2-0. I'm struggling to remember how to do a 2 there, but it is 2-0. And Jacquot with a goal. Very nicely done, boys, and this is exactly what we want to see. Nana into Van Herk, and this was really nicely done, wasn't it? Into Van Dam. He was getting pressured, but they get out of it well, and Jacquot in space, but he needed to be found, didn't he? And he was. So we lead 2-0. This is kind of what we want. We're up to third at the minute. Not ahead of standards, unfortunately. They've had a very good start to the season. But a good performance away at Oostende. And we haven't lost against Oostende for 2 or 3 seasons now, which is impressive considering every single game for the first 3 seasons we played against them, we lost and lost badly. So good performance from the boys in that first half. We'll stay on a cautious mentality, I think. Very pleased. We got some good players potentially who could come on. Masec, he's just come back, so he can't play the full 90. He's probably going to play about 70 minutes, and then we'll take him off. We've got, I think, Delanoy on the bench for him. Ten Hag, as he started, he started a few games, but he's just not done anything. It's not been great. So Gofan into the Greek lad, who smashes it up the pitch. Not the best bit of play there. We want to see a little bit more craft than that, but Mayenga does well. That's not so well. Medina round the corner. And Ndulu jumps in. And what's that? Is it a penalty? It's an injury. It looks like it's going to penalty. I'm not sure whether it was or it wasn't. It is a penalty. Bums. And Mayenga is injured. Bums. That's awful. But here they go. And it looked like, I mean, he was diving before they even started, but he dived vertically rather than going in any direction. for some reason they've not allowed us to take him off. But Abel Jans is the obvious replacement. But we've got Van Zwam who can come on. Hopefully it's not a bad injury that's going to take him out for a while, because he's been all right, hasn't he? He's done well. But they've through. Come on, goalkeeper. It's 2-2 from nowhere. 3 minutes and they've just roasted us there. Oh, dear me. Just from absolutely nowhere. We're going to take it off cautious. We're going to get balanced. And they go at it again. Roofs smashes it up the pitch. Koida misses it in the air. That's not great. Oh, dear me. What are we doing? Right, I'm just going to have a little look at what the best situation is. I think Abel Jans probably goes like that. I think this guy's a little bit faster, so it makes more sense to have him on the wing. What else could we do? We've got Fadiga who could come on. He can play a decent pass. Masic is probably tiring a little bit, so we'll do that one as well. Oops. Right, and come on. We were 2-0 up, and then 3 minutes has just ruined it for us. Not had a shot in the last few minutes. Really not working well. We're gonna try and play a little bit wider. Let's hit some early crosses and see whether we can find the centre forward. As he's already got one goal. I mean, it would be nice to score a second one, wouldn't it? Right, there's a few minutes to go. Is there someone we can bring on to change this? We've got Coleman, who is an option. I think he could come on. He has scored in the past. He's a reasonable player. He's not to Nano's standard, but he is a player who can create chances, but not today. It's not the end of the world, and you look at the stats at the end of it, it probably deserved to be a draw, but it's just been 2-0 up, playing on cautious, and then a dodgy penalty decision, which ended up with our right back getting taken off, injured. Yeah, that's frustrating, because I think with him on the pitch, and there was no need to make that chance there and make that foul there. There was absolutely no need for it. But yeah, it is what it is. We got a point out of it away from home, so that's pretty good. Unlucky. We've got a draw. It's not a loss. We pick up another point. We move on. I mean, we didn't lose it. Just need to be a little bit better at holding on to those leads when we have it. And we have been quite good in the past, but I wonder just losing the right back in that way. Right, let's see how bad the injury to Mayenga is. 4 to 7 weeks. That's a bit of a bugger, that is. Twisted ankle. Nuts. So you look at who we've got. Well, the options. Abel Jans can play there. Arthur Ponte. Van Zwam. I mean, Ponte might be an option there. He's a much more defensive player. Certainly, it might depend on who we're playing. We might just rotate that a little bit. So against Ghent, maybe we play someone like Ponte. But, for example, against that team, Namur Fliv, maybe we play Van Zwam. Anyway, folks, yeah, that's a draw. Not bad, just not what I wanted. 2-0 up, and not having too many issues with them. I guess they must have changed something, but we didn't respond well enough. So I think next up, I don't think we played Union last time round. So maybe we'll have the home game against Union, because we've not done that. And then maybe we go against Dines, who we haven't played for a long, long time. But then I want to play one of the bigger sides. So maybe away against Antwerp or Ghent. I don't know. We'll have a look. Although it looks like the last game of the season is going to be against Dines, so maybe we do Union and then away at Genk, maybe. Anyway, folks, we will have a look. I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please hit that like button. Please subscribe if you are new, and I'll see you for the next one. Goodbye.